Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fandom Freaks, a weekly podcast where we dive into fandoms, the good, the bad, and all the screaming in between. Before I begin, I just want to explain the inspiration behind the name. If you're a part of a fandom, you know the feeling of being deemed strange or weird for loving something. By calling this show Fandom Freaks, I want all of us who are part of fandoms to own it. There shouldn't be shame in loving the things that we do. So, without further ado, meet this week's Fandom Freaks.
Hello.
Oh,
Oh,
turn it
period,
up. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
Isabel.
You're
My name is Alicia. We're
okay.
we're sisters. We're from Vegas.
Yeah.
So fun.
And we go to a lot of concerts, so
Okay.
people really love that. But they also like hate about it because it's a waste of money for whatever reason. So, but we're living life, enjoying it.
Fire. And
The
then
memories, yeah.
fire. And then what's like your guys' age difference? Because you guys are super close in age, right?
We're 11 months apart.
That's really cool. I feel like had I had a sibling that close in age, I probably would be just like you guys, which is so funny.
There's some pros and cons for sure.
I get it. I get it. So we're kind of diving into topics of like fandoms and stuff like that. We actually met at a concert, the three of us did through like mutual friends, which is like so
It's
insane.
so funny.
I know, because you guys knew Yumiko and Sierra prior to
Mm,
that, right?
yeah. We also met them both at a concert. Actually,
Yeah.
one
Right.
was for Jaden and one was for Role Model.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And we met, was it July last year?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's insane to think
July
about.
Almost a year.
2024 was so good.
It was so good. I
It
remember
was so
just
good.
like, I don't know, I feel like Jaden's fandom specifically is just so interesting because like everyone knows everyone,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is
literally.
like,
Very wide range.
yeah, and it's like a good thing and a bad thing. I
Mm.
don't know. But like with you guys growing up so close, are there like certain fandoms that you guys felt like closer to or that you've grown closer to over the years?
I mean, every girl had that One Direction era. Me personally, always Justin Bieber, but she does not like him anymore. So she hasn't liked him for a while. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's just the me thing now. Exactly my reaction.
Y'all like
That's
that's my
funny.
best thing.
She had her little emo phase.
Oh,
Well, everyone does. Everyone does. I
I
love
think I,
that,
mm,
right?
yeah.
And Alicia, how about you? Did you have like fandoms that you were like more
um, the 5 seconds of summer definitely because that's when like I stopped listening to Justin. I listened to 5 seconds of summer instead. Like, oh, if I would have had Twitter in that 5 seconds of summer fandom, you better believe I would be eating those up.
I know. I feel like Twitter especially is like just breeding ground for the most chaotic. Like
1,000%.
There's always drama.
there's never like a dull moment. Like I
Mm-mm.
tried hopping on there when I was big into like Why Don't We? And it
Period.
was just so overwhelming. And like if you didn't know who was who, and you couldn't
No,
keep up
yeah.
with the
That's
drama.
how it is for like the Wallows fandom and the role model fandom. It's like every day there's drama. And
And it's not
guys,
even drama within like it's not even drama like regarding the artist. It's like people
Mhm.
no,
in the fandom like
Yeah.
beefing and it's
The fan bases can get a little hectic for sure.
definitely I feel
But
like oh my gosh, it was just like too hard to navigate, especially when you're like older, like you kind of move out of like the
mhm.
I don't know, being so active on like Instagram,
Social
like
media is
Twitter with that stuff. Like I still keep up, but it's just not the same.
mm-mm.
yeah, no.
I
I
can't
agree.
can't do it. And I I just like look back and I'm like, how did I have like that much time in my day for it?
Like, what were we
It's
doing?
because we didn't
No,
have to stop.
exactly. Yeah, I think it helps though that with like I don't know about you guys, but like Jaden's fandom especially, I feel like a really strong sense of community. Like there's not a whole lot of like drama, at least that I know of. So for you guys in particular, is there a fandom that you have felt like the most like sense of belonging, like if at all? Like, do you find that in like different fan groups?
I'd honestly say Jaden. like everybody that I've met became so close with, and like we all are able to um talk about the same things, and like certain songs have different meanings for each person, and like just the way that everything is described is honestly, I just feel like his and with him himself, like it doesn't even just have to be his music.
Definitely.
Preach.
Yeah.
What
Well,
about you?
mine is definitely Wallows because all my friends and like we all have like our set songs and like our set like interactions with them and like well not me but my friends but I don't know they're fans that I've met so far. They've been super sweet and I don't know it's just like that is my little fandom right there.
Right? It's like comforting because for some of us, it's like the music that we can relate to, but like, especially
Mhm.
with Jaden, I think he's been through so much in life.
And
And
Mhm.
he shares so much.
yeah, and I think having someone who shares it so publicly, it's like a
Mhm.
really welcoming environment for people who, I don't know, have
Yeah.
like turmoil, if that's like the right word. It's kind of nice to know that like,
Yeah.
oh, we're not freaks actually.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
we're literally not.
guys, we're not
People just don't get
freaks.
it.
They don't get it. And it's so interesting because I guess I didn't really realize like how big of like a fangirl I was until I
Mhm.
started like meeting people like you guys and our other friends and like, you know, someone knows someone who knows someone else. So,
Yeah.
No,
um,
literally.
gosh, I don't even know where I was going with that.
It's like all the friends you make, I guess.
Yeah, like all the friends you make, I think is just like comforting because even though you don't really you kind of have like that parasocial relationship like with Jaden, it's like, yeah, we've
Mm.
met him, but we're not like in contact with him
Yeah.
constantly. Like as much as I'd love to hit him up and be like, hey, I'm in a bad day,
That's
Are you
bro.
what
free this weekend?
But that's like what you guys are for. And I think that little group chat that we have is so nice because we kind of get to share like little things like, oh,
Mhm.
I got a job promotion or oh, I'm getting in my house. Like stuff like that is just like special to have people who care
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
about not only the same things, but like who care about you too.
Mhm.
Just like what I personally love so much about like having different fandoms. But
It's
yeah.
like everyone is different. Like each thing has a different like face. Like even just like the fandom names are different, which is so fun. Like everything is so creative about it.
directioners, believers, what was
Literally.
5 sauce, 5 seconds of summer?
Yeah, what were theirs? We got limelights for why don't we?
Uh,
I don't know.
Did they have one? I'm pretty sure they did, but I cannot think of it
Guys,
right
I
now.
don't know. I wasn't on Twitter, so I can't really give you that information.
that's okay. I
Like
just
I was a fan, trust.
it's so funny though, because I feel like the one thing too that at least kind of bothers me in the fandoms, like it varies between different things and like how involved you are is like kind of the
Mhm.
entitlement.
Yes,
Yeah.
heavily.
Like you're like,
And it's gotten so
oh,
bad.
I feel like it just continues to get worse the more and
Yeah.
more someone like gets famous or like
Mhm.
starts blowing up is like the worse it gets. And I think personally that's like one of my least favorite things.
Yeah, same.
yeah, because like they go to these like all these shows, and then people are like, oh my God, I'm gonna follow them because they go to these shows, and then they like get famous, and then they're like, I'm not gonna listen to this artist anymore, blah 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 blah. But like they still have that whole fandom in their follows, and I'm
Right.
like,
And
girl.
and it's funny too because I was reading this article. I will have to find it. Like I'll insert like a little blurb of me with the citation because I'm gonna need that. Um, but yeah, but there was this thing, and I completely forgot the term for it, but it's like this concept where, and it's literally about fandoms, how like fandoms either follow like a super strict, like traditional, like they have like certain etiquette, they have certain ways of
Mhm.
acting, like even the stuff they post on Instagram is so like just it's very strict. And then
Mhm.
there's this like offshoot where it's like fandoms have fandoms within fandoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes like a way different approach, which is so interesting because I think that's also how we get like those like micro influencers in fandoms. How
A
like
thousand
certain
percent.
how like certain fans get like special treatment,
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
it's so
Drives me crazy.
I know, and I like obviously you want to feel like happy for them because it's like
I
okay,
do, but like I'm also a little jealous sometimes.
right, I'm like jealous, but also it's like, is it worth it? Because you know how
Right.
much, like ridicule and like they're
Yeah.
torn apart on Twitter for every little thing, and
Yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's just like one of the things that kind of rubs me the wrong way. It makes me feel a little silly. But is there anything else about like fandom culture that you guys feel like is a negative or why you think people view it in such a funny way?
I think it's definitely the concert etiquette, the people that camp out like hours,
Mhm.
days in advance. I think those are the two main things because they don't like they'll push, they'll do whatever, and it's
Even if
not
they don't line up.
concerts aren't like how they used to be, like before Stan Twitter and like the lining up, they're like days and days in advance or hours, like multiple, like overnight for small artists in little venues. And it's like, it's just supposed to be fun, not like a free for all and fights and
Just to
stuff.
get an interaction is like the main thing they do it for.
Right. It's yeah. I saw on like TikTok that people were doing that for Billie Eilish and
Yeah.
venues were actually starting to be like, okay, guys, you can't do this. But like they
Yeah.
still found ways around it. And I don't know if this was a problem. I think it was last tour for Jaden, but like people were doing that in LA and people were getting like really mad about it.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
guys went to LA, right?
We we were in LA, but we didn't go to the LA show.
Right.
We
Because
went to the Oakland one.
right, okay. Ooh, how was that?
It
It was
wasn't too
actually
bad.
fun.
It was like a really
Okay.
small venue. So it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
plus,
good.
we didn't get in line too early, but we like, obviously, we got there at like what, 10? We still were
Not
like,
too early.
no, that's not too early compared to people that get in line at like 3 a.m.
Oh no.
So like 10 is fine. And
Yeah.
like we made friends. We had like a good spot. We were interactive with like Greg and the team and everything. So
Oh,
I'd say
Greg.
Like everyone's so talkative. It's so funny.
Right. I think the one thing I do really love about like our show specifically in Salt Lake was
Mhm.
that I went with Isla and I was so like interesting to see what the crowd was going to be like. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, like no one was lining up until like 3 p.m. Like it was our group
Yeah.
like from like 5 a.m. until
Until
3.
it's
the thing is even for when we saw Jaden at that same venue last tour, people got in line
his first tour.
super early. And even we're lining up before 1 p.m. after, like even we got there.
Yeah, I
But
think
this tour was just different.
it it's so interesting how the vibe changes from like tour to tour. And I don't know if
Yeah.
it's just like the people I go with, but
Mhm.
like I don't know, because the first year I went to a Jaden show was the Tell Me About Tomorrow tour, and I was in Seattle with my friend Abby, who was like part of the Why Don't We group, and she was
Okay.
like big in that group. But like we went and like we had a good time, and I like hadn't heard from him, but I could definitely sense that like groupie kind of like
Right.
on the other side of the barricades. It was kind of awkward, and I didn't really talk to anyone. But
It's very intimidating, like who you're next to and like what you see, who you see, and how everyone reacts.
exactly. Like it's so interesting how, especially in like Jaden's fandom, there are like people who like we don't have to name names, but I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. There are people who are like closer, I guess, with him.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And it's just so interesting because then I feel like I kind of have to watch like what I say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how I
Oh,
act.
100%.
Because like it circulates so quick and like I'm not on Twitter very much and I feel like that's a lot of where Jaden's drama specifically
For
goes.
sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because after our show,
Yeah.
there was
Specifically after Salt
drama
Lake.
because of one person who got told something that they told their friends, and it just went all over Twitter in the wrong way. But
Oh,
then, like, we
Yeah.
apologized to Jaden about like the Salt Lake show, even though we gave
He
all
said
of
it
our
was literally
energy.
fine. The show was good.
But then he was like, I don't know why people are making a big deal. Like, I like the thumbs down for the song. And I'm like, thank
yeah.
you. And then he at that show, he was like, I started this in Salt Lake, but everyone put your phones down. And I
Mhm.
was like,
I
He
completely
cooked.
forgot about that drama.
after like VIP, the crowd was just completely stiff. Like no one's dancing, everyone's just recording and like being
Yeah.
No one's
boring.
enjoying the concert except the us on Barricade.
Yeah,
Right. And I feel
literally.
like the thing about Jaden's fandom is like the people who are VIP are the people who like are there for him and the music. Whereas like
Mhm.
for GA, like I have no idea like if they've even heard of him or if they're just
Right.
there.
Yeah.
But the girls next to me who also had VIP, she was saying like how obviously like we were all giving our all, but
Mhm.
like two rows behind her, whatever, were not. And then she was like tweeting like a bunch of things. Just being like, we're like here for you, Jaden, whatever. Like not like as much as it needed to, I guess. But
Right.
then like everyone's going around like he shouldn't have to tell you to put your phones down. You shouldn't have he should have to stop the show.
I was doing that one account takeover for like the Jaden's on tour account. And I
Yeah.
remember the like admin texted me and was like, "Hey, like, is everything okay?" And I'm
Mhm.
like, "I think like
You're like that I know of,
That I
yeah.
oh." And it was just such a weird vibe to leave with because like some people were like, "Oh, it's whatever," but I was like
I was like, no,
in
he's
my
like
head
genuinely
about
upset
it.
about something.
Yeah,
Well,
because we
especially
obviously like care.
yeah, and we like all had a great time like leading up to it. Like during
Mhm.
VIP, like we were all so excited and like
Literally just waiting in line like pre-show.
right, just like the pre-show jitters, but like also
Mhm.
like I don't know, I had like the best that was probably one of my favorite Jaden shows that I've been
It
to
was
just because
good.
yeah, because of like the people I got to meet. So it was just like, oh, it gave me like weird feeling in my stomach after that show where I was like, I don't know
Like
what
what
everyone's on
happened?
about. And like trying to even go on like Instagram at that time or like Twitter was like insufferable because like everyone was
Mhm.
like ripping into us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys,
Like
like
specifically our group, and we literally did nothing wrong.
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
I was there. Nothing happened. Like, what's going on?
I know
Yeah.
like technically like nothing bad happened. Like
Mm-mm.
someone just read the room the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's so
You
frustrating when that
drag the show through the dirt and like beat it
Just
yeah.
up.
completely hated on the show.
Yeah, it's just so interesting how word travels so fast with this kind of stuff. Because
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's just a concert. It's not that deep. But I
Yeah.
feel like it's because like how invested we are. Like obviously
Right.
it's gonna be a
Yeah.
little different, but gosh, I just like maybe now I get why people think like people who are in fandoms are kind of freaks because
I'm like, wait, we're
Not us
supposed to
giving
bring the
reason.
positive.
yeah, I'm like, oh, oh. But like
Right.
yeah, it's just it's interesting. But like regardless of like all the drama, it really is fun. Well, it is a
It
damper on the
really
bank account. It is
is.
like my favorite thing ever.
And you truly do get to make so many friends because of it, for sharing the same interests. Not even just as like the artist you're seeing, but once you talk, you realize how much you actually have in common with another person.
Right.
Like
It's
someone you live with at home or something doesn't get it, but another girl your age will get it.
exactly. And that's what I feel like I like about this fandom the most is that I have you guys, I have people in LA, I have people in
Mhm.
Washington, Oregon, like Utah. Like it's so interesting how you build this like network of people. And like as a communication major in college, like our major is all about networking. Like, and it's not to say like, oh, I'm gonna need something from this person eventually, but it's like you never know who's gonna help you out, like
Yeah.
in tough times. Like it's gonna be the most random people, and you're gonna be so glad that you know this random person or these two sisters in Vegas. Like, I don't
Exactly. Let's party.
yeah, exactly. And it's oh my gosh. I think that's probably like my favorite part is like having people like in all
Kind of
different places.
over.
And like you have them for life too. Like I still
Yeah.
Yeah.
talk to and it's so funny because I met this one girl at a Why Don't We concert here in Idaho
Mm.
and now she's my sorority sister.
Oh, I love that.
Like who would have thought? Like
Right.
ugh, it's just mind blowing. It like
The
scares me.
world works so interesting.
It's what's that one video like interlinked and then they go off into like this big tangent. I don't know. I'm gonna
Yeah.
you
I
guys.
think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's like kind of scary, but it's okay. Um, Have you guys been to any concerts recently? I know you
Um,
Zayn.
yeah, we went to Zayn. Did we go to? Oh, we just went to Tyler the Creator.
Right. I saw that on your story. I was so jealous.
That one was super fun. It was like a fashion show. No one was honestly rude. Like, even though we were in seats, like you can walk out and someone's gonna be rude. Everyone was just minding their business, like complimenting each other's outfits and just like had like a genuine like smile on their face. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah,
That's another thing is that like it's so fun to see like how people dress depending on the
Mhm.
concert.
the
Because like,
aesthetics are always so different.
yes, because I feel like for Tyler it's super like streetwear, like the chunky jewelry, like big
Yeah,
stuff pieces. But
and
like
like the hats.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like so baddie. But like I feel like for Jaden I never know what to wear because I'm like, is it's like
Are you
punk?
guys dressing down? Are we like having fun? Like we're wearing
Yeah.
all
Are we
black.
supposed to dress bummy? And it's so interesting to see because those people who do go to multiple shows, like the people who are like diehard like groupies for him, like you see them for so was it something I said?
No, that's just funny. Die Hard groupies for him.
But
No,
yeah,
but yeah.
like sometimes they show up and they're like full glam, and then others they show up and I'm pretty sure like pajama pants, and I'm like, whoa.
I'm like the
Like we are
difference.
at a concert,
I'm
but
like,
like whatever you're comfortable in.
yeah, I'm like, if you're comfortable, cool, but it's just so like duality of woman, like, okay.
No, I
Period.
know there could be one girl wearing like the shortest like skirt, butt cheeks out. Yeah. And then there's the girl in the sweatpants and it's at the same show and it's like there's an in between in that thing.
I try to always just fall in between because I'm like, I do want to dress up, like
Yeah.
dressing to fit like the theme, like
Mhm.
with Nessa Barrett's like recent tour. Like I've seen so many cute outfits and they're all like glitz, glam, glitter, like leopard print, like very feminine,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is like so interesting to see because like I don't know. I always have to plan such a specific outfit for
It's different for every artist.
it is. What did you guys wear to Tyler?
Um, I mine was basic, so I was definitely underdressed, but I just wore a denim skirt and her golf hoodie, and I just did a little slick back, nothing crazy.
Cute.
I
And
had like this black dress that I got from Urban and then I just put like a jersey on top and I wore my dogs, I think.
she had that green vibe.
That's
I
so
had green clothing, so I was a little screwed there, but
ugh, I'm like itching to go to a concert soon, but like obviously here in Idaho, like no.
Gunner,
Gunner in Salt Lake.
Gunner
or like,
no.
oh, we need to do both.
Gunner literally sent me a link for the tickets for the LA
Same.
show.
And it's so interesting because Gunner was Jaden's opener for
Mhm.
context for the listeners.
For yeah,
For our
for those who don't
listeners.
know.
For those who don't know, Gunner is a really great artist. His vibe is kind of like I don't know what his vibe is.
It's like I told him it's giving like 2015 One Direction 5 Seconds of Summer. And I'm
And he ate
sticking
that
to
comment
it.
up. He loved that.
Yeah, and I think it's so open. I could go on this whole thing about how cool openers are, but
Mhm.
like obviously they're there to kind of like re grow their listeners, grow their fans.
Right. Get a new
Like
audience going.
openers are like the best thing that's ever happened to me because
Yeah.
on oh my God, why do I always forget the name of the tour? Jaden's not his last tour, but the tour in between.
I hope this never ends.
Yes, I hope this never ends like Beauty School Dropout.
Oh my god,
Love them.
yes.
Love them.
Love them.
And it's so
So
interesting.
grateful we added them.
Yes, and I love them. I saw them in Salt Lake, but it's so interesting because they're like so like punkish, and then Gunner's like kind of
Yeah.
He's
like
like in between like pop and like punk.
Yeah.
right. He's yeah, but I don't know. It's just so like you learn so much from so many people. I was making some kind of point before then, but I don't.
It was about Gunner, I know
Mhm.
that.
Oh, yeah. So we were talking about like for the viewers. Gunner
Mhm.
is like super awesome, and I think the like real treasure about finding small artists is like how much they care.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to say it's like they have something to prove, but they're
Right.
really trying to put themselves out there. And so like they reach out because Alicia, you said Gunner sent you a link.
Yeah, he did. Look, let
He's
me.
like so humble too.
Yeah,
No, he is.
sweet. And it's so sad too because Gunnar was affected by the LA fires. Like when I saw that, my heart
That
broke
was
for him.
Yeah.
heartbreak. Like he sent me this whole like message with the link,
Same. Hold on, wait.
and
I'm gonna pull mine up too.
I was like, yeah, like let me get paid. I'll literally buy the ticket. Now that I open that, I have to respond, but like it's whatever.
Period.
We'll be at the shows.
Hey, thanks for all. Oh, hey, thanks for all the love last summer. Wanted to let you know I just announced a headline show in Salt Lake. But like,
Period.
it seems like we probably got the same message just for different shows. But like, it's
Mhm.
the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
Like
how
the
he's
reach out.
reaching out to his fans and sending them DMs and like,
Mhm.
right. It makes me feel like I'm actually like wanted there, or like he
Yeah.
remembers me. I don't know.
he's
But
like
like,
remember
Like
us
he
eating him
knows.
up.
Yeah.
I know, but like even if they don't like fully remember, they kind of have like an idea, which is kind of cool with like Gunner, especially since he is a little bit smaller.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's cool because eventually when they do have like their big break, then it's like, boom, I'm an OG.
You're like, I
Yeah.
was there.
That's so funny.
But like Beauty School Dropout there, they did Blink's tour, they're doing Warp Tour,
Mhm.
they did their like free thing
Out here in
downtown
Vegas.
out here. They they came down to talk to us while we were there waiting.
Mhm.
And like,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Their new
like,
drummer.
Yeah.
oh, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't. Like, I just can't speak about it. Oh, it's just on me. But like, yeah,
He's just very lovely to look at. So
yeah, very, very,
Period.
very. He's like, no, like he's very good to look at. What
Oh
a
my
time. Anyways, he's like so sweet and stuff, and he's
Yeah,
like,
he introduced himself. He asked our names. Like they were super sweet.
"Mm, yeah,
Yeah, literally. No, but it's so interesting too, because like they're so I think I've yet to have like an awkward encounter with an artist. Like I think everyone
Mhm.
that I've met has been really nice.
yeah."
And
You
it's a
guys
good thing
have,
to be able to say.
right? Have you guys
Yeah.
had like any
Um, I wouldn't say I've had like a bad experience,
Okay, thank
Or
honestly.
any
God,
awkward
because
Yeah.
interactions.
right, definitely
I was like,
it's
so I'm done
always
with it.
always awkward when you're like waiting to talk to them and you're just like,
What do I say? Like,
That whole time, I'm like, what do I say? Like, what if I say something dumb?
I'm like,
yeah.
hey. And then I just like don't know what else to say. I'm like, love
They're
your
like, hi, what's
music.
your name? And you're like,
What is my
wait,
name?
what is it?
Um, yeah, and it's just so interesting too, especially when there's like a big crowd and you're like, you don't want to seem like you're too eager to like talk to them.
Yeah.
So you're just like,
Could be like a little chill,
No,
like
literally me when we met Jaden at Hot Topic here when he did When We Were Young.
he does little side quests.
He did so many side quests that year for When We Were Young.
yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Like I've met him a few times. Like I got this in the bag. Just watch. And I walked up and I was like, hi. And he's like, oh my God, hi. And then he said something and then he like, oh yeah, he pointed to her and he's like, are you guys sisters? And I was like, no, we're friends. And like he believed it. And I was like, I'm just playing. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, we're sisters. And he said, I was about to say. And then he was like, he said something, but like obviously like we've met him, so he was like remembered us a little bit.
Right.
But
Which is
then
so
we met him later that day, that same day actually.
Yeah, they were gambling. Him and Tosh.
Tosh. Oh, he's so
He is.
good.
He's crazy.
Oh my God. He's so funny because that same show, how I was wearing my camo top, I like walked up and I was like, oh my gosh, hey. And he's like, hey, like, hi. And he like stopped dead in his tracks and he's like, I was gonna say a dad joke, like, where's the top half of you? And I was like, oh God.
He grabbed her shirt because it's camo, so obviously like, oh no, where's Alicia? You can't see her. And he fully like that was his dad joke moment.
No, I wanted to walk away, honestly.
You're like, all right, that's enough. No, I don't
Our
know.
meet and greet is over.
I'm done greeting with you.
Gosh, and I think kind of going back to like what bugs me is that people forget that these are people. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people
No,
say foul ass things, and it's like,
yes.
whoa, like,
Are you even thinking?
this person and their mother could be reading this. Like,
Mhm.
it's scary. I
Or like the placement that they want him to sign. And it's like that's
Or like
definitely
the poses,
uncomfortable.
the
I remember on the Tell Me About Tomorrow tour, this girl like asked him to like sign her boobs, and he like
Oh,
signed
really
her
her call.
collarbone.
Yeah.
and then
And
everyone went crazy. He has a girlfriend and blah blah. And I'm like, that's her collarbone. Did we lose
yeah,
the
it's not
here?
even her boob. And like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, this girl at our show had him like sign her leg or something.
Like the back of her leg.
And she like kept her skirt like tucked into her waistband. And I'm like, your butt cheeks out, and there's literal children here. Like,
Yeah.
put it away. And we're grown, like, girl, put some respect on yourself.
I mean, the age range does go, like, it varies for sure.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
I love that, but I also like I would hate to be like a 6-year old and like I'm just trying to enjoy the show and some girl just like has her cheeks out like
Like in my face,
Yeah.
because I'm little, I like not that tall. There's so many different topics to talk about with this.
there's see, and that's the thing is that like fandoms are so like important for that reason is like there's so much to talk about, whether it's like the person themselves, the music, or like the community, but then
Mhm.
also like the communities inside the community, like our little group chat. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
we could go to any show and know we're safe because at least one of us is gonna be there.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
like also in like the real world, like I could text you guys and be like, "Hey guys, miss y'all, what's going on?" And it's not weird. Like I have
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we can have a hangout that isn't a concert. Like
right.
it could be so many different
Or
things.
like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Vegas for the weekend. Like, let's catch up." Like it's nice to
Mhm.
have people in all different places. I think that's genuinely like the best thing because like here in Idaho specifically, of course, we don't have like a very big like we do have a music scene, but it's not always what like I like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it's nice to have like a community, even if it is online.
Yeah.
Like I love to travel anyways, so it's not even sorry, it
Yeah.
just like it just like
Like,
panned onto your face.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
I was
me
like,
off guard every time it does that.
every time it does that, I laugh because it always does it at the best moments. But then I was just talking and Alicia was just like, it was just like getting close to her face.
No,
But
like Vegas, like we have like concerts, obviously, but a lot of it's
It's not our genre.
like it's like country or like rap or just like old. So it's what like old, like
Like
it's old.
oldies.
like oldies, it's
And
people who are doing residencies to keep themselves relevant. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
more like Bruno Mars, like he has a residency every other day, and like it's like
He's getting his
that
debt
dead.
back up.
he's getting that paid back.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but it's like it's fun to travel, but like it would be nice for them to come here, so I don't have to like spend a
Spend all
lot of
my
money on
money.
gas and
Right.
hotels. But it's still fun, like going out of state because you can like do other things that you can't do at home, like go to the beach or like try new places.
I always go like if I'm going to San Diego, I'll always go to a Padres game. And so like it's nice to kind of get like that like I don't know, worldly experience where you experience like different like cultures and the
Mhm.
vibes of different cities. It's so
Mhm.
interesting. I've yet to go to LA for any kind of show, but I'm hoping in the near future like something will come up.
We
You
have to
haven't
go to
gone yet?
Gunner.
I haven't been to LA ever.
Girl,
We're
I
planning
heard.
something.
No,
We're
Gunner,
like, we're
October
planning
29th.
something.
Because I feel like the Gunner LA show is so soon. Isn't it sooner?
It's in
It's
October.
October
Oh,
29th. He pushed back the whole tour because of the fires.
right. So like
Otherwise, it would be next month.
Halloween in LA or something?
Influencer parties that we have to try and get ourselves
No,
invited to.
seriously,
Yeah.
that's so interesting that you brought that up because like
We can go to Barney's.
Barney's, we can go to Saddle Ranch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Recreate 2020 TikTok.
Yes. Oh my God. Gosh,
Recreate
I this year I will
inclusion.
make it to LA. Fingers crossed.
You will, you
We
will,
will
you
make it
will.
happen.
There's no reason I shouldn't. It's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
But do you guys have any concerts planned for the future?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
We're going to the driver era in July.
stop. I'll be here in like 2 weeks.
Are you going?
No, I couldn't get tickets. I know.
So sorry, girl.
Girl, okay, let's talk about the VIP prices though.
Let's not. Let's not do that.
Was it like insane?
It's like $700.
For the highest VIP, yeah.
And I'm like, who's spending it though? And can I have your money?
$700 is like insane.
Insane. That's like I would pay that to go see like Nicki Minaj front row at like Allegiant Stadium or something.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, and then we're going to Gracie Abrams and Role Model in LA, actually. Later on.
Role Model has been on such like the up right now.
He has like his little shows that he did before, and now he's like, and I'm like, girl, you're performing at the Forum. Please calm down. Like I remember seeing you at House of Blues.
Yeah,
going too fast is the thing.
Literally. And then like the new fans are just too much. It's like some of the
they act like they
original,
own
like
the fandom.
yeah, like some of the OG fans, they're not even gonna go to like out of state shows anymore because of it. And I'm like, that's the whole thing with concerts. Like you want to travel.
Gosh, that's terrible. That makes me so sad. I don't know. Oh, I'm like trying to think of like the concert I want to now because I feel like my lineup is pretty dry.
Do you have any this year?
I have like a list somewhere, but I like don't know where I put it. Looking through my notes, I'm like, okay.
Oh, period.
But I found
Wait,
it.
Malcolm Todd, right?
Yes, oh my gosh.
The Weekend? Don't you have The Weekend too?
Wait,
Yeah,
okay.
you're cooking.
Why am I so dumb? Why am I'm like, I don't know who I'm seeing. Me,
like,
on
we're
my
telling
story
her
for,
her
like, the
own
past,
lineup.
like, 2 weeks. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have The Weekend in May, and I'm going to that with my stepsister in Arizona, and then Malcolm Todd in Salt Lake. He's playing at the complex where we were at. I'm contemplating getting VIP, but I also low-key think if I just like wait outside, like he'll pop out.
Yeah.
And then Pierce the Veil again in Salt Lake, like later that month in June.
Okay.
Oh, I like that lineup.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I don't know. Pierce the Veil, I listen to them, but like not enough. Like I'm going with my coworker and she's like die hard, and so I'm like, I hope I can keep up. Like
you're like, yeah, like I'll sing things for a day.
And then I put Gunner on the list down there.
Period.
Yeah.
Has to happen. If it's not Salt Lake, it'll be LA.
Yeah. We'll manage it.
It'll be fine, but I'm really excited. I think 2025 is going to be an interesting year for music.
Yeah.
I don't know who's like dropping right now. There's like no one that I can think of.
Everyone's already dropped their projects that they have. We're just waiting on Jaden.
I know. Wait, did Gunner ever release? I'm like so behind on Gunner stuff because
he has not released stuff.
He keeps teasing it, but he hasn't dropped it yet.
You know what? We can't be mad. We
can't be mad at that one. We'll wait that one out.
Yeah, I will.
When he's ready.
Yeah, when he's ready. I just
when the time's right.
It's just like it's almost been like a year, and it's like it should have dropped that, like after tour.
Yeah, it's like the clock is ticking.
Like the song's gonna be old by then.
I know. But oh my gosh, that tour diary! I like died when I saw that.
I was like, "Oh, Mom, I made it."
I'm like, "Whoa, Mom! I don't think they got my consent for this, but okay."
Yeah, literally.
So they literally walked up to us. Yeah, I think they walked up to us and were like, "Do you want to be in the tour diary or something?" I don't know.
And they did it to like almost every person, and them choosing us to be in it. Like we were just not good.
Us. They want to be our friends. That's the thing.
It's so funny because the Salt Lake show was like, God, I looked so rough after that. Like it was.
I was a mess. I was like dying.
There's like a video of Sierra and I like singing Debbie Downer, and we're just like both.
Did you guys both have the pom pom?
Yes, we both got the pom poms. So we were like,
I wanted to get one, but somebody took it.
No, someone tried to snatch it out of my hand, and I was like,
back off.
This will be.
I'm like, so I fully caught it 2 hands.
That's literally yours.
Yeah, but gosh, I need to be in that kind of environment again soon, though.
What a day! Like,
literally, I miss it. I need to be back there ASAP.
Ava, maybe.
Mhm. For BSD's tour
Yes,
and not a toy.
she's coming to Boise. Ava,
Are you
at the end of May. I'm like so excited. She's so
Period.
pretty. Fave Nepo baby ever.
Period.
I
But
didn't even know she was a Nepo baby, honestly, until like last week.
yeah, she's like Chad Smith. Oh my gosh, every time I say his name, I just see like Will Ferrell because they look so similar.
Oh yeah, that's how I seen it as I think someone posted it on their story and she was like, it's her dad or something. And I was like, girl, is that not Will Ferrell?
Yeah, it's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer. So I'm excited for that show. But I haven't been to the venue where she's performing, so it'll be interesting to see what goes on.
You just have to like do a little drive by it. Well, like the same drive by.
I know, because I like DM'd her on Instagram when they came out and I was like, oh my gosh, super exciting. Like no one ever like comes here. And she was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm pumped. So I was like, is there VIP upgrades? And she was like, girl. I was like, okay, okay,
Send that link.
Period.
it's gonna be good.
You know,
But
Dasha, she's coming out here.
Dasha is like that lore is insane.
She's my icon.
I love her.
She's so funny.
And they
Oh,
make like a whiteboard and like do circles and like
Some
Yeah.
interlinking.
like, see, everyone knows everyone. Like, they're related. These people are related.
and
It
it's
just goes on.
because I went to the San Diego show of that tour in 2023 and I saw her and I'm like, she's kind of an icon. Like, I don't know who she is, but
Period.
like her and their manager, BSD's manager, were
Mhm.
like talking. And I remember once BSD finished performing, he came up, what's his name? His like Instagram's like Dre Felipe something.
Oh,
I don't know.
I know that's one of their managers, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he like came out and she like pointed like in a like my general vicinity. Obviously, she was like on the other side, but she was like, and I was like,
Mhm.
I'm scared. But then he just like
Wait.
ripped the set list off, and he was like, and I was like, me, and he was like,
Period.
yeah, and I was like,
I got a couple.
felt so fire.
Anyway,
But
I work
uh,
tomorrow anyway.
the Zoom here is probably gonna time out, but I really appreciate you guys doing this. This is so fire,
Of
and I can't wait
course.
to see what happens. I think I'm gonna talk to Yumiko next.
Oh, I can't wait.
She's
I,
gonna have an update for you.
I know she's gonna have crazy tea because she's actually like trying to work in the music industry, which is really
Yeah.
and
I hope she drops some lore that she has told us in
Yeah.
your little
oh,
podcast.
this will be perfect.
Yeah.
But well, thanks y'all for watching. This has been the
It's
um Fandom
Fandom
Freaks
Freaks.
podcast first episode and
Oh,
like oh
the first guest.
yes, the first Fandom Freaks, Isabel and Alicia from Las Vegas. Thanks so much for joining. I loved this
Of
little catch up
course.
little event sesh,
I
but
look insane, but it's okay.
okay, we'll just have to dive deeper into this later so we can
Yeah. Like we'll text
Get
about
some
this
more.
later.
Yeah.
yeah. So very cool. Thanks for watching Fandom Freaks. Catch y'all later.